Give me some of those parallels. Like, what are the first couple real threats that you see that is happening right now in America?
There's so many. So one
Yeah,
of the big things that
yeah,
they
there
do is
is.
that they
Sorry,
want
go
to
ahead.
increase reliability on the government. So they
Mm,
want you to rely on the government. Liberty and freedom can come in different ways. A lot of people think about it in terms of like guns, but what Biden just did today, threatening people's livelihoods, telling he wasn't telling people saying, "Hey, listen, you better go vaccinated, or I'm gonna come after you." He was telling the employers. Now, these employers rely on very, very good relationships with the government. That's why they pay lobbyists and thousands of or millions of dollars to political campaigns. So
yeah,
they're not going to go against it. They rely on these regulations and all of that to stay afloat. So they're
yep,
not going to go against Biden. They're going to do what Biden says. Plus, otherwise they'll be fined $14,000 per incident, and I
wow,
don't know how often that would be. But it's something that businesses can't really afford.
yep,
So they're just gonna kill small businesses. They're making sure that people either comply or they're not gonna be able to support themselves. And it's what it is. They want to take away your financial freedom. They want to take away your medical freedom. They want to take away all of your freedoms so that you know public education is all of it. Oh my God, it's all over. It's all over the place. All the signs are out there, and I wish more people would just recognize it for what it is. It's not a bug. It's a feature.
Do you know? Have you ever heard the American Creed? Check this out. So this is the American Creed. Um, I do not choose to be a common man. It is my right to be uncommon. I seek opportunity to develop whatever talents God gave me, not security. I do not wish to be a kept citizen, humbled and dulled by having the state look after me. I want to take the calculated risk to dream and to build, to fail and to succeed. I refused to barter incentive for a dole. I prefer the challenges of life to the guaranteed existence, the thrill of fulfillment to the stale calm of utopia. I will not trade freedom for beneficence, nor my dignity for a handout. I will never cower before any earthly master, nor bend to any threat. It is my heritage to stand erect, proud, and unafraid, to think and act myself, enjoy the benefits of my creations, and to face the world boldly and say, "This, with God's help, I have done." That is what it means to be American. And I love that. This was in the earliest, I don't know, like 100 years ago, this came about. And it really does make me think whenever, the whole welfare state, getting people addicted to, uh, like it said here, like the guaranteed, like, yeah, you get a little bit, but you're not gonna earn it. You're just gonna be given it. The welfare state, you're gonna be kept poor forever because that's what they want. Like that you're saying, that's what they were doing to these small businesses, these people in like the desert biome. They're just like they can't prosper because they're stuck in this. I need the government to provide for me, and like that's why I love this American's Creed, because freedom, well, what is freedom to you? Just curious, like, what is your definition of freedom? Did you hear me? Did I break up? Yeah.
What was that? The last one.
Oh, just curious what your definition of freedom is.
So I think that that's just let me just touch on the point that you mentioned a little bit before that, and then I will
Sure.
go to my definition of freedom.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, I think that the problem when you have reliability on the government is that the government or the people in power, they can decide who's worthy of services and who can be cut off. And especially in that type of atmosphere where you have limited resources because they're making so many bad decisions about economy that you have high inflations, you have high spending, high debt, whatever, and they don't know how to control themselves. They see all this money and they just want to spend it. They don't have any reserves. They don't have anything. So they now you're going to have limited resources, right? And you're going to have to decide who you're going to spend it on. And it's what these people are saying. If you didn't get the vaccine, you're not going to get the ICU beds. And now you imagine if the healthcare was something that was managed by the government. The mandates would have already been in place if you're not going to get an ICU bed. They can't do that so far, but they might try, as the same thing that they're trying with the private businesses right now. So
they're getting there. We're seeing it.
It's eventually it's going to be like you're not worthy of food. We have limited amount of food, and you've been a bad guy, and you're not gonna get any food. Your family's not gonna get any today. And it even from a concept of let's be very naive about it. Let's imagine that we have a benevolent dictator in power, that this guy is the best guy ever.
Okay.
Whenever this person dies, all the power that he was retaining is going to go to someone else. And whenever that person dies, it's going to go to someone else. And how can we ensure that for eternity, not a bad person is going to take up all that power? That's a problem when you hoard all the power, is you can't guarantee who's going to be the person who's going to be wielding it. Yep. So eventually we have to take power away from the government, not give it to the government, because we don't know who are the people that could be taking advantage of that. It could be a crazy leftist, it could be a crazy right-wing person, but I'm not going to put my family and my livelihood on the line. You see right now what's going on. Yeah. So my definition of freedom is it's what I've been really disappointed with America, because I thought when I was in Brazil. And we were organizing this movement, and we were dealing with all the government pushback and all these dirty tricks that they were using. It was very, very sad. I mean, we were tired, getting pepper gas, getting whatever. So we looked up to America for guidance, for motivation, for inspiration. We were like, we want to be as free as America. And I really want people, everybody's so afraid right now to go out there and protest because they're afraid to be profiled by the federal government. Yeah. They're afraid to be entrapped. They're afraid to be put into a situation, or, all it takes is a picture, or it takes is your name out there. Now you lose your job, which doesn't matter anyway, because now everybody's going to lose their jobs, maybe, probably.
I mean, it's happening. I mean, I know someone who is a watcher of mine, and he started doing a YouTube show because he directly said, like, I helped him, inspire him to want to do this also, to do his own research, to like bring it out to the world. And one of his coworkers saw his videos and reported him to his business, who then went to him and said, you either have to like edit all this stuff out or you can't work here anymore. And he's like, I had to stop doing the show because or the show that he was doing, and that's so terrifying.
Yeah.
And I mean, even today, goodness sakes, I've already seen friends of mine losing their jobs just because of this new mandate.
Yeah. I'm very lucky that my coworkers who did find my page, even though I went and tried to block them all, they didn't go to my boss. But if they would have, even if I didn't get fired, I feel like a lot of my opportunities at work to grow, and a lot of the meetings that I would have been a part of, a lot of the stuff that happened, I wouldn't have had those opportunities because they wouldn't trust me. They wouldn't. And at first it used to be, you can say whatever you want online, just don't tag the company. Just don't, make sure it's the opinions that you feel are your own. But now they don't want that anymore. It's like you're found out, you're gone, right? Yeah. So my definition of freedom is basically you do whatever the heck you want. If you want to wear a mask, wear a mask. If you want to have a gun, have a gun. If you want to live in the country, live in the country. I don't care. You have your right to hate me. You have your right to like me. You have your right to do whatever you want. And I have my right, as long as you don't touch me, as long as you don't harm me and you don't harm others physically,
Yeah.
as long as you're not like, even when it comes to people saying, how can you be at the GOP? You're a minority, you're a foreigner, they hate you. They have the right to hate me. We all have prejudices. We all have,
Yeah.
different things that
But
it's a part of
they
who
don't
we
ever
are.
prove that though. They don't ever prove like that's just a blanket statement that it's a talking point that they're told to say.
Yeah, I mean, even if they did, right? So they
Even
have
if
the
they did.
right to hate me, and I have the
Right.
right to feel however it is that I feel about them.
Right.
As long as they don't touch me, as long as they don't harm me,
Right.
yeah, you're free to do whatever it is that you want. But
Hmm.
I've only seen, I've been a part of, during my activism, I've been a part of the US, and it's exactly like you said. I've been all over the US dealing with all kinds of people, and everybody's like, hi, you're from Brazil, that's awesome, you're speaking out, and blah, blah, blah. And everybody's so excited, right? The type of people that you would think that, they have thick accents, thick Southern accents, and
Yeah.
whatever. The only time that I've actually been put down was whenever I was dealing with leftists, because they wanted me to make me feel like I was a victim. So they were like, "Don't go talk to Republicans. They hate you. They feel like you're so gross because you're from South America, and they hate immigrants, and they feel like you're never gonna be an American, and you have a thick accent and blah blah blah." And I'm like, they do. Like, they've been so nice to me. What's
Yeah.
happening?
Where are they getting their information from?
Right?
It feels like they're projecting. That's what it feels like.
Why are you saying these things to me? Like, where did this come from? You're telling me that they're saying that they're thinking and they're saying these things, but you're the one that's actually voicing it. And
Yep.
it's like that. What happened to Larry Elder, where the person dressed as a monkey, a white woman dressed as a monkey,
Yep.
was throwing eggs at a black guy. If
Insane.
that would have been the other side, you'd have been
Hmm.
crazy.
They'd be talking about it for months. For months. It would be headline news right now. But the LA Times, for example, who wrote that he is the blackface of white supremacy. They even wrote in their article, woman attempts to throw an egg at him. And it's like, that's it. That's how strongly you cover that you are probably the ones that caused it, LA Times, that she was probably read your article and believes what you said, which may have directly caused her to try to, well, she did punch the security guy, but it's like this media, the narrative, it's all about control. And, they want people like you to be victims. They want everyone to feel victimized and need the government,
Yeah, they want me to feel like I need protection. And then I can tell them, listen, I don't need protection from the government. I can just get myself a gun and protect myself. And
Yep.
they're like, no. Wait a minute.
Whoa. No, you need the government to have the guns, not you.
We don't trust you anymore.
So, whoa, wait. You're cool with the GOP? All right, well, we don't like you anymore now. Now, it was the GOP that doesn't like you. We lied. It's actually us. They really let their true colors fly when you don't agree with them, right?